of the Pony Club, and they brought up this fantastic book celebrating fun, friends and horsemanship. And we're going to bring on a couple of guys who I think you'll know very well, David Britnell and Harry Meade, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, team. Go between the girls. You go between. We've got some mics. There's never a bad time to celebrate the Pony Club, and all of us here, I'm sure, have been lucky enough. And in fact, a great innovation this year of the Pony Club is to be a member even if you don't own a pony, and turn up at rallies and share ponies, which I think is one of the greatest innovations that they've come up with. But guys, welcome. Harry, sorry that you don't have a ride here at Burghley this year.
Thanks. Yeah, it's one of the events we love and look forward to, and that's why we get out of bed all year round to come and try and compete at the likes of Burghley. But it's great to be here anyway, and cheering on everyone else.
I bet you wish you were still in bed, don't you? I mean, thank you for coming here this morning ahead of one of the biggest challenges of your equestrian career, to launch out of there and ride round. But hopefully we're a good distraction.
Oh, very much so. I've walked it 5 times. I put my nerves to bed 5 days ago, so I'm now hopefully in a place of zen, and actually any distraction is actually quite nice, so I'm happy to be here.
In the zen moment. What time do you go cross country?
12:23.
12:23, okay, around 12:23. What time will you get on?
Between 12:30 and 20 to 12.
Okay, and can you just give an idea for the guys here? We will talk about the pony, just about your warm-up and how you go about that.
So with Brad, he's 15, I've had him 11 years now, and he knows his job. So for me, Moy's stood over here and she's part of the team, and she's taken him for a good in-hand march. She was in the army, so that comes naturally. So he's very much already had a good leg stretch, and I will get on his back in enough time to soften him, supple him, stretch him and then jump him, but I won't ride him before. So we've got about 50 minutes there to play with at most, and then he'll jump 5 fences probably at most, maybe 6, 7, 8, somewhere there, but no more.
I think that what I picked up on from what you've said is that he's 15, you've had him 11 years. You're not very old, so I'm assuming that you probably started your career in the Pony Club, did you?
Yeah, I started riding at 13. We always had horses at home, but I was always more interested in cars. And then a riding club pony came home from Mum's old riding school, and I had a go on him. And then I found you could go quite fast on a pony. And then from there it flourished, and the competitive side of it also really got me engaged. So yeah, 13 to 27.
And how old were you, and my maths isn't good enough, when you got this boy?
We had Brad when I was 16.
So did you do Pony Club stuff with him?
So Brad did Pony Club camp, certainly 1 year, if not 2 years. And then we did Pony Club championships a couple of years. And he did all the different area of all competitions. And then from B90 to 5-star here.
So from Pony Club camp to the Land Rover Burghley horse trials, Esme. So, I mean, we talked about partnerships, but to say you guys are a partnership is like, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you're like best mates, brothers, marriage. It probably lasted more than most people's marriages, in fact.
Can I just interrupt for anyone who's just joining us? This sounds like it's a civil partnership here. We are best mates, brothers, marriage, and real partnership.
I think the
These
number...
two together, we just wanted to announce Harry and David. It's a really special time from Pony Club to Burghley.
You had it here first, and make sure you stick with a celebrity talk area at all.
Sorry,
weekends,
Rosie,
so
we just wanted to do it here on the stage.
Harry, I think, just moving on to you for a second, the way you dealt with the disappointment of not having a horse hit this year sounded to me very much like something that could have been instilled in you from your Pony Club days.
Yeah, I mean, Pony Club is the most wonderful organisation. I definitely...
How many best boy rosettes? How many?
It's just so easy. It's an
How many
absolute
best boy
given.
rosettes?
I mean, every time. Only boy. No, actually, I was really lucky. So we had, we bizarrely, just by complete luck, we had more boys in my ride Pony Club than girls. There were just suddenly a massive...
And what about you?
We were total opposite. I was the only one.
Yeah, and I think that's quite normal. But of course, sort of when you're small and young, you're having a load of mates who, yeah, we spent our whole time, every time we went to be doing dressage or tack and turn outs, we were just bombing around the cross country and swapping ponies and jumping things we weren't meant to be jumping.
I agree. There's a pony club I teach for. It's got a good number of boys, and one of them is in the crowd here. and he's got a great bunch of friends, and they're not cleaning their pony, which they should be doing.
And can we have a word of advice from both of you two who have ridden at Burghley, are riding at Burghley, to the wannabe Burghley riders?
Okay, I think what you learn through months and years in the saddle is more important than what you learn from a technical point of view. And what the Pony Club has done so well over the generations is it's been such a successful institution at teaching, because the focus is on taking part and the fun and the enjoyment, and from that a massive byproduct of that is learning, but it's focused around participation and fun, and you can't replace that. You can have the best trainers in the world, but if it's for young people, if you don't engage them and you don't make it fun, and on top of that, the friendships you develop, lifelong friendships. I still...
Like you two.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Special friends.
huge relationships are built out of years in the Pony Club. But I still, am best friends with all my ride when we were 7 years old. We all see each other the whole time, and it's a proper life-changing experience.
Yeah, I agree with Harry there, and I think you're learning a lot more through taking part and not necessarily having goals to achieve. So actually you learn better because you're in a more relaxed environment, and it is with your friends, and it is just a more organic way to learn, rather than necessarily being under time constraints and goals. Things just infuse into you that you learn, and you don't forget them.
What, like how to talk to girls and how to put ketchup on their tents and...
Certainly it didn't do me any harm, because I feel I can talk to anyone because I was surrounded by girls when I was younger. So it did my social skills good.
Yeah.
And just going back to how does it tie in with competing at events like Burghley, the single most important thing to be a successful top event rider is to have that natural instinct and reaction, which always outweighs technical learnt knowledge, and you learn that predominantly as a child. My father was quite keen on us not being over-taught, and almost against sort of training out any kind of natural field. That actually children it's a little bit like with language. Children don't learn about grammar and vocabulary at a young age. They just absorb in a non-cognitive way, and they start to understand and then become fluent. And it's the same with riding. If you can, as a child, if you can bounce along on the back of a pony, jumping down jumping lanes with no arms, and then taking your saddles off. My children are in the Pony Club, and I was sent a video of them going down a jumping lane with a cup of water in their hand, and they had to not spill it, and they had the most brilliant archetypal sort of bellowing dragon of a DC, who's probably here, and I love you if you are, standing at the far end. And if they got down the jumping lane, age 3 and 5, if they got down the jumping lane and they still had water, then as a reward they could throw it in the face of the bellowing dragon. and it's that kind of thing which actually develops. You don't need to learn to sit up or sit back or do this with your little finger or your right thumb or whatever. It's just you learn through experience, and for competing at this level, that is more important than what you might learn in an indoor school in January when you're 17 years old.
From the look of the course, it looks like a partnership and a horsemanship is going to be absolutely paramount. What would you say that's a skill that you've honed through the Pony Club and with your rallies and your camps?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, and I'd agree with you. And I think the other thing is that we're all now running businesses to do with horses, and I can honestly say that if I get a CV in for somebody coming to work for us and it has their B test, their C test, B test or A test, I know that person has an instinct and an intuition about horses, because if you've achieved your B test or your A test, then you are somebody who's had a really grounded, proper background in horses, and you're someone that I really, really would love to have in our team, and you'd be a huge asset to our team. And I'd almost look at it, and I don't want to do down any of the other qualifications that are around, but those would be the qualifications that I would be drawn to. Hello? Have you got your A test, or did you fail it?
I have my A test.
Oh, brilliant!
And
there's a role in Foxbid Eventing of the 2020 season. No, but I mean, I'm serious about that. I think it's...
Al, do you have your A test?
I've got my riding and road safety.
I got my D test. I got my D test.
I just wanted to go back to one point when we were talking about the course and how when you know your horse, very often you'll have a cross-country lesson and a coach will say quite a few different things that you maybe have to try and put into practice. But at this stage, when you're here, there's just feel happening. There's not a lot of thought. You've made your plan, and then you're just feeling what the right sensation is, rather than degrees, miles per hour, angles. You ride it on feel when you get to this level, I would say. But because you know your horse so well, he's already knowing what you're about to say.
The thing about the Pony Club is it's fun, isn't it? It is so much fun, and with horses and health and safety and the way the world is going, it's just so great that the Pony Club has stayed true to what we all loved about it. You can go into camp now, any camp around the country, and really have that nostalgic feeling of, oh, thank God, kids now are still getting that wonderful experience that I had 25 years ago.
I was riding past Pony Club Camp, which is based in our village, last season, and I was riding out of the village, and one of the rides was literally just over the stone wall in the field, and they were taking off their saddles and then vaulting on, and then they were doing a load without saddles. And on my way back, the instructor came rushing over and was slightly embarrassed, saying, "Oh, I hope you think it's clear." And I just said, "That is absolute music to my ears," because that thing of A, having fun, and B, learning actually the basics. What you just said about the people who come for interviews, if they've been part of the Pony Club, you tend to get a pretty good impression, which is normally right, that they are sort of fairly well-rounded, that they're not somebody who's just learned to ride in a school and with no sort of practical experience, but actually they've got that natural feel, and that is halfway to being a horseman.
Yeah.
And on that point, Pony Club membership, it fluctuates, I would say, and with the affiliated disciplines, I think it's a bit risky if you get involved in one discipline. This is just my opinion, but one discipline too early, because then you don't get that overall horsemanship and understanding, I think.
And also, why would you go to, a lot of people think it's sort of very grown up and professional to go to, and I'm a massive advocate and supporter of British eventing, and I said this openly, but why would you go to a V100 event where you've got very few friends, you've got pretty much exactly the same level of competition as you would have at a Pony Club competition, but there you're with all your mates, it's great fun, you all support each other, you muck around in the lorry park together, and it's those friendships you will actually go up through the levels with.
Totally agreeing with Harry there.
Well, I'm afraid we don't have a best boy rosette for you, and I'm sorry, and we don't have a hoof pick either, but if you'd like to come to the front of the stage, Lisa and I have got something for you.
And maybe we could be joined by Sue, who is our membership of the Pony Club and does a huge amount for the organisation.
Come in front of the thing, because I know Sue. Oh, I'm going to fall off the stage. In fact, Sue, just give us a little bit of an idea of where the Pony Club is now.
Well, the Pony Club is growing, as always, more so through centres. You now don't have to have a pony. You can go to a local Pony Club centre and join that way and still do your badges, tests and everything else. So that's where we're growing at the moment.
Well, I know you could present these, but these are wonderful books, and we want to give one to both of you boys for being the best boys in the Pony Club.
Thank you very much.
Two best boys.
Two best boys. But ladies and gentlemen, support your local Pony Club. It really is worth it, and the life skills you'll get from it are certainly worth so much, as these boys have proven. From Pony Club Camp to Burghley, good luck. Good luck this afternoon. Have a safe and successful afternoon. 12, what time?
23.
12:23 we'll be watching.
Weren't you listening, Al? Come on.
Yeah.
We'll be cheering.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry Meade, David Britnell.